I'll run the show for a little bit, okay? I'll run the show for a little bit. All right, I'll get the train rolling, and then you guys can pile in. Sound good? Sound good? All right? I thought the Leafs did a lot of good stuff tonight. Right? They had a lot of good offense. The Leafs goals, the 3 goals that they got were all beauties to me, right? They're just the kind of goals I like. That one Mitch Marner one where they were just getting chance after chance after chance, just firing away, man. Firing away. And for what? You know what I mean? Get that quick opportunity on the backhand, boom, Marner puts it in. It's those little chances that you earn by just chipping away at a guy or a team, right? In this case, I felt like they were just chipping away at that goalie, getting those rebounds. And it pays off. Just keep going at it. You know, and then you got Matthews' goal later on where like he does like a double back kind of thing, wasn't it? Comes for the wraparound, but it doesn't even go short side tuck. He goes further out and shoots it far side, right? I love those kind of wraparounds. And the funny thing is if I do that in the NHL games, they'll say it's a glitch goal. But I'm like, what do you mean? It happens in real life all the time. If they're going to let a guy walk out the way they did tonight against Matthews, you know what I mean? A guy's going to score it. So you can't let a guy walk out like that. Matthews found a way through. I loved it, you know? So, yeah, good Marner goal, good Matthews goal. I mean, there's 2 highlight reel ones in my mind. It's just fun watching, right? And as far as the goals against go, I mean, that first one, John Tavares was all banged up. He had taken like 2 shots already, like to the body. You know what I mean? Take 2 pucks to the body. He's still going around trying to do his best. You know what I mean? Now, Riley does kind of let the guy walk right in front of the net. I mean, he's trying to put up an effort, but you know what I mean? Like, you need to have that lane position so that he can't even skate that way. If you're there first, he's not allowed to skate through you and knock you over. You know what I mean? You don't interfere by getting in his way once he's already going. You have to have that line down so that you own that ice. And once you own it, then if he slams into you and you fall, then that's interference, right? So unfortunately, Riley slips up there, right? Lets the guy get the inside lane, comes in front, little tip, whatever it was, off the pants, I think it was. I mean, what's Mrazek supposed to do, guys? What's Mrazek supposed to do? But it's not a big deal. They happen. Again, that freaky bounces and stuff, that can happen once a game even sometimes, right? Oh, yeah, and the other goal there was Mikheyev banging away at rebounds too. So, I mean, like, there you go, right? Like, lots of rebound opportunities. And the Leafs were doing okay after that first one. That second one, I think it was, correct me if I'm wrong, this could be the third, but I think this was the second one. I mean, that's Liljegren, right? Totally just buying into whatever's happening over here and giving up his man in the corner. Like, Liljegren was on that guy. He was battling him. But he was looking at the play, and he got roped in thinking he needed to put pressure on that shooter. Yeah, a guy was about to take a shot from kind of in close. But there is a Leaf, I don't remember who, Marner, maybe, was right there, already trying to put pressure on him, even though the guy had the lane, the shooter had the lane. But then you also have Riley, who could have jumped up into the play. Instead, the 2 guys I just mentioned did go after the shooter, and then Liljegren hops into the mix too. All 3 skaters just went whoop right over to the shooter. So of course this guy, he's left it wide open. You get it over to him, boom, he's popping it in. And that's what I'm talking about. That's a simple mistake. A simple mistake that all Liljegren had to do was stick with the guy he was already with. He had him. But he got roped in, and that's tempting to do, man. But that's what you have to learn about puck responsibility and stuff. You know what I mean? These guys know that. He's going to work on that. A guy like Liljegren can figure this out. He's probably working on it as we speak. He's probably more mad about it than I am. All right? But I guarantee you he knows that that's what happened there. He got roped in. So they'll work on stuff like that, right? But again, I don't know how that's supposed to be Mrazek's fault. Okay, again, that's 2 in a game. The third one was a power play goal for Columbus, right? And that one was a little tricky though. Right? That one was a little tricky, but the pass needs to be blocked on that one. You know what I mean? Like, it's going practically through the crease to a guy on a far side angle like that, short side kind of thing. Hall's there. He's kind of waving his stick at it as the puck passes through. It would have been nice to get down on one knee at least and try and block it with your body or something. But, like, again, it was a tricky shot. You know what I mean? These probably shouldn't have even. They're on a penalty kill, right? Probably shouldn't have even had to worry about that guy. He was on the goal line practically when he shot it. So it's like, it sucks that they didn't get it. You'd like them to get it, but I'm not even really mad about that. You know what I mean? So Leafs got beat on some decent ones where the odds were against them. You know what I mean? So, you know, I didn't have a problem with it as long as the Leafs kept staying in the lead, right? And when it got tied, okay, it's like it's time to buckle down. But the Leafs did. The Leafs did buckle down, right? That Kerfoot goal, that was insane. It was Kerfoot, right? With that fourth one, I think. Right? Just ping, like from like, you know, face-off dot practically or whatever it was. Or maybe towards the hash marks a little bit more. But not really in close, but, you know, not really at the blue line either. You got a nice walk on it. But ping, just, sometimes goals like that are prettier to me than, you know, a guy deking through two dudes with a one-handed tuck. Like, that is nice, too. It's got its place in my heart as well. But sometimes you just like that satisfaction of a distance shot, just ping, Snipe City, right? And from a guy like Kerfoot, I mean, people forget he can do things like that. People forget the array of tools that this man has to work with. So it's nice. It's nice for him to get one like that just to remind everybody. Wha-bam, right? And then Bunting gets that final one coming from behind the net, right? Something like that. He was trying to play it out in front or whatever. Took a bounce and he got to it first or something. I don't even remember now. It was a blur. I'm just so excited that it went in, you know? But Bunting coming through big time with that kind of stuff. So, you know, I've said it before. The Leafs don't play the style of hockey that I want them to play. There's no doubt about it. But they're winning more games than they're losing. So in the end, who am I to judge, right? If they're winning, it's a results-based business. And yeah, we can talk about it's just the regular season, so therefore, like, what does it matter? But it does matter. You got to get to the playoffs if you want to advance. So it does matter, right? And I think they did a pretty good job of actually just, you know, keeping ahead of it the way that they do it. I disagree with the style, but I'm a fan of the team, so I trust that they know what they're doing, and I don't. I trust that. But at the same time, I got my own opinions, and I think often they're different than what the Leafs are trying to accomplish, but that's the duality of being a fan. It's fun. I'm not stressed. It was a good game to watch. And I wanted to show something as well, too. I don't know if it's going to show up on the highlight reel, so hopefully I can grab this as a clip. But I wanted to show a part where Columbus was trying to get a goal again, and like multiple chances in front. Mrazek's down, and Marner's instinct is to jump in behind Mrazek to try and block a shot behind him. When he probably had about the same amount of time, would have got him right where the guy's shooting was, and he could have lifted the stick. Or bumped him, or something. Cross-check him and take 2 minutes if you have to. But don't make it easy for this guy to bang away at the puck like that. But that's where the Leafs' headspace are at right now. You know what I mean? Mentally, they're like, oh, I gotta dive in front of the net to block a shot. Because they don't have confidence Mrazek's gonna stop it. That's why Marner, who's a smart guy, does something like that. There's some disconnect going on between these guys. They should have trusted Mrazek to have the save, and in the meantime, just try to protect them all together by pitchforking a stick. But you know what I mean? That's where the Leafs' heads are at compared to mine. And I think it would have been better for them to just lift the stick, Marner. Come on, buddy. Get in there. Dig deep. Lift it. You know what I mean? Trust your goalie. You want to be ready for the next one. What if there's a rebound after the next shot? You want to get this guy in front of the net, isolated, taken care of. So that's a personality style with me. That's the way I like to see my hockey. The Leafs don't want to do it, but they're winning games. They're winning games, man. So if anybody wants to judge them right now, I beg you, just take a breath, all right? Take a breath. They still have a winning record. They're still looking good. You know what I mean? Myself included. It doesn't matter what I think, as long as they're winning. So it's a results-based business. I love it. This is why I love the game, because in the end, wins matter, and nothing else does, right? So, good to the boys tonight. Brando, first time in the chat. Hey, let's get to the chat. So, thank you very much for sticking around here, Brando. Let me answer that, okay? Thanks for coming by with your first thing in the chat. But I just want to remind everybody that every follow, subscription, view, share, anything you guys want to do to help me out, man, always is much appreciated. So thank you so much to anybody who's clipping things or sending things to other people from the show, or even just liking or following or hitting subscribe or hitting the bits and cheers and stuff like that. Like every last little bit of it really helps this thing grow. And you know what I mean? We've been seeing the growth It's a slow and steady pace, but we see the growth. It's going in a forward momentum. So as long as that keeps happening, it's going to be a good thing. We get to do this show for as long as I possibly can, all right? But spread the word. Let's spread the word. Let's make it huge. So welcome to the chat, Brando. He's got a comment in here I want to get to right now.